Alright, Bodgers. Guess what? We have had some issues with getting rid of the old beast, and I'm pretty sure this car is known as Christine to me, because every time I've ever tried to get rid of it, something goes wrong and it never gets sold. So, little mini rant, sold it on eBay, not a huge amount of money because obviously it was going for just scrap, and yeah, buyer took ages to get in touch with me. Eventually his girlfriend broke her arm, etc, etc. Finally called me and told me he didn't actually have all the money for it, which is quite funny, and if I could wait about 3 or 4 weeks. So the answer was no. So I believe the SAAB'S probably gone there, broke his wife's arm, and extorted him or stole all his money, so I couldn't tell him. So, what's the plan? What do? Do we sell it again? Which I believe it'll probably come and kill me if I tried, or do we rebuild? And I think we know the answer. So we're going to try and fix the floor pan, God help me, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do with the old beast. So, I'm going to let you decide. Do we sell it? Do we try and restore it and maybe go the next tuning stage, stage 4, which I'll have to get the engine forged, which, you know, I'd love this car, so I probably would do it. Or do we turn it into some kind of rally off-roader with, you know, some big off-road tyres? I've seen it done before and it looks kind of cool. You know, we've got that option. Or do we turn it into some kind of track car? Get the sump baffled and then, yeah, turn it into a little racetrack car. I don't know. You decide. Let me know in the comment section. What's the plan? For now, we're going to have a look at what else we can do to it, though. We're going to see how bad it'll be to do the floor. And then, yeah, we'll be dropping the tank out of it and all sorts of stuff. Probably won't happen in this video with tank dropping. I'm going to be cleaning up rust and just seeing if there's any more. We need to do a bit of investigation, see how bad it can get, and then otherwise, the next video will be me doing the rear diff on my X3, whether it's to sell that eventually, and then obviously keep the pride and glory, which is probably going to be the long-term plan. If I keep this thing, I'm getting rid of it again. Yeah, and then obviously, longer-term fans, we will be continuing with the Mini at some point. Poor car, keeps getting pushed at the back, but yeah. Sort of priorities. A rare glimpse into the Bodgers home. That's not dirty carpet, by the way, that's just the way it looks. Anyway, yeah, I've done some bodging because we had a minor incident in the X3 where I hit a pheasant and it took the entire headlight out. So they're quite expensive to buy. I bought the wrong one and then I've ordered another one and the arsehole seller hasn't sent it. So I decided to try and cut the lens off, which I've done quite successfully. So I'm going to take the headlight out and then cut that one out and glue it back in. You can buy replacement lenses from BMW, which obviously are a bit neater than this on the outside edges, but they're, again, like 80 odd quid for a pair, which is ruinous, and you still got to cut your ones off with a Dremel. So I thought I'd have a go with this. I know it's not in great condition, I'm going to polish it up and stuff, but it'll match at least the other headlight. But yeah, what a pain in the butt. So it turns out there are 2 different headlights for an X3, just bear that in mind if you want to change them. Make sure you check the plugs in the back. So at some point you'll see me glue this on and we'll see how good or bad it looks. Otherwise, back to the Saab. Alright, mission 1 is to remove all this interior again. So I've undone the seat, chucked it on there. This is still attached to the car, but you know, for now we'll leave it here. I'm going to try and get this carpet out as best I can. I've already cut the front one because, you know, whatever. And then, yeah, we'll try and take out as much as we can. I'm going to need to leave the seating because I still need to pull this car out to do my X3 pretty soon. So I'll probably unbolt it and take it out for now, but it'll go back in temporary. But yeah, let's get this floor as uncovered as possible. And then same with the boot, we just need to double check every single bit. Make sure there's no more hidden rust surprises. Well, if you wanted a boring teardown video of a Saab, you're getting one. Because tough shit, that's how it goes. Anyway, we're going to try and figure out how to take all this crap out. Saab's are surprisingly well made cars. This is surprisingly weighty. But yeah, we've got to get under here, take the spare wheel out, and we're going to have a look what kind of state the floor looks like in here. I mean, visually okay. I'm sure I've seen something at some point on this inner side. So let's get all this out and then yeah, figure out how this comes out. Actually, don't have a clue. Not a clue how that comes out of there. It kind of moves, so it must come out somewhere. Starting with those little clips, I'm guessing, and then yeah, figure them out as we go. So if anyone with Saab's wondering, or at least the 9.5 Estate, how the hell to take the boot floor out, you've got to drop your rear seats, fold this now velcroed part in, which only goes to there, which is really confusing. Then that folds up, then pop these little things off. You're probably supposed to Oop, where are we? Probably supposed to pop these off first, but I've just pulled them off, whatever. And then you can access one, whatever the hell that is, and two, the whole floor now lifts up. Alright, with that removed, we can now access whatever the hell these things are. Yeah, probably just going to pry them off, and then little ones like this on the corners, probably quite a few, and yeah, and just basically until we get all the interior out. As for side pockets, not quite sure, probably have to take the parcel shelf brackets out. There's a couple of those, there and there and there. Of course the Torx bolts, the little bastards that they are. Yeah, and then we're just going to basically strip the entire everything out. Take the rear seats out, which feel like the heaviest things in the world. So if you want a lightweight car, that's how you get that. And yeah, we need to analyse everything before we fully commit. So I'm halfway through doing this, and I just want to point out, this is why Saab's is so bloody good. Taking all this plastic off, and look, there's even more friggin' bolts holding everything on. Talk about extremely well made. Everything's super hard to get off as well. At least when I get this off I can clean like oil and stuff as well. Yeah, friggin' hell. I'm not going to remember where half this crap goes, but you know, bodge it back in. So while taking this side of the carrot, little discovery. A lot of people probably already knew this, I did not. Taking this out, and what is this? Turns out it's your like manual fuel thing, flap device, whatever you want to call it. Just pull that, and then yeah, if your thing gets stuck, that's what you pull. So you didn't know where it was. Under there. Other random discoveries in the Saab. So somewhere in here, this has flinged out. Not got a clue what it is. It looks like standard tools, maybe. What in the world? Yeah, no idea. Are they like little hooks to like tie down things with? Why are they in a little bag? How strange. I don't know what these things are. The only thing I could think of, maybe they slot in them rails. You know, I did not know they existed. I've had this car 7 years. Amazing. Right, last bit before we start having a look at this rust, and yes, I found quite a lot. I'm just doing this so I remember where a lot of these things go. So that frame thing is going to go in, and there's a couple of what looks like probably 10 mils. And then we can look at the rest and pull that thing out. And you're going to pop it off, this rubber seal, I'm assuming to get to the rest of these bolts. There was also those little press clips in here holding bits of that thin carpet trim in. Right, let's get this bugger out. Alright, many years later, I've managed to take the entire boot floor out. Tell you what, Saab's are insane. I mean, they have properly built these things. All of that in there is just from basically the boot floor. Metal supports, all sorts of crap. Jeez. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look at this rust, eh? So we've got little spots in here, which means I'm going to have to pull the sound in out to make sure that's no worse. Because we've got little teeny cracks and stuff. I've noticed this is looking a bit worse again. Get my light to hold. Let's have a see. So we're going to have to try and undo all this wiring and see how bad this looks. It looks a bit bubbly, so yeah, we'll have to judge that as we get to it. And as we get round here, come on, goddamn torch. Yeah, see, I mean, no one would ever know this. If you've got a Saab, you need to take your interior out and have a look. Because although they're not known to rot too bad, this is obviously worse than it looks. I can't. The big problem I've got is obviously that's all welded in, so realistically I'm going to have to cut those welds. They're not very good welds anyway. We'll have to cut those welds there and then pull that bracket out, mark where it goes. Maybe it's a good idea first, and then obviously clean it up and see. But yeah, it's come through the seam sealer, so there's probably a hole behind there. And obviously the other side is the same. So we look on here, this side has already got a hole of some kind. And we see if I get a bit closer in, try not to fall in the car. Hang on. Oh. There we go, yeah, there is a hole already through, look. So we're going to have to decide on whether that is again worth my effort. And again, we've got rust down there as well. So yeah, love it. We'll have to wire wheel the hell out of it all and see what it looks like afterwards. Any giant holes in these sort of areas probably definitely condemn the car. Worse than it looks, eh? Can't tell if that's been bodgily repaired there or not before, but that's definitely going to require at least a plate. We'll have to see. Oh, I love it. Right, and then obviously we've got down here, these are very common places for a lot of cars to rust, to be fair. So we're going to have to just stab it and grind it and see how bad this all looks in here too. But again, here's 26 years old now, so no, kind of expect it. 25 years old, so here's 25 years old. You kind of expect some rust and stuff, but yeah, it's how much of it can be cleaned up. So next, I need to put all this probably in the Poor Mini, which is an absolute pack mule at the moment. And then we're going to have a look underneath the rear seats, take them out and just, check the rest of the car out. I will say rear seats are a pain in the ass on Saabs, so if you don't know how to take them out, the seat cushion's pretty easy to figure out. You have to kind of like slot it a bit sideways and they kind of pull out weirdly sideways. These, you've got to sort of half close them or half open them and then get your little 13 in here. Not a lot of room, so yeah, just in case you're wondering how you take your seats out on the back, they are awkward buggers. A little bit more is required to take these bloody rear seats out. This is, I think, still part of that petrol flap release, the manual one, but yeah, we got bolts here as well. There could be more here on the other side as well, but yeah, 10 mils, the other button on the inside edge. This was 13s. Why? I don't know, but yeah, these seats weigh an actual billion, so yeah, we'll see what it looks like all underneath there. Pain in the ass. So if you are here to figure out how the hell to take some of this interior out, or the seats, these little side bolts to things, pains in the butt. I would try to tear them out, it ain't happening. This little thing here, you basically have to pry it out that way, so it doesn't feel like it's good. You pull them out that way and then they pop up. Probably common sense to some people, but not to me, so yeah. Ball ache. This rear seat though, nightmare. I've undone bolts here, on the back, all sorts, and it still ain't coming out. So I think under the carpet there must be some hidden ones, so take these out, pull the carpet out, and then we'll see.